Hello, everyone. Hey, Chalky, what's going on? Careless Whisper by George Michael. Uh, Rest in peace, by the way. Let's see here. Yeah, this is gonna be for easy piano. A couple things about this arrangement before we start. Actually, you can find sheet music links in the cards as well as the description after the live stream is over. And going over to the tutorial, okay? So the tutorial is more like your own self-test, if you want to think of it that way. So if you really understand the things I'm showing you here, then you should be able to use these tutorials with no problem whatsoever. And if you don't, then just keep watching more of these lessons until you understand it, okay? Basically, I'm giving you guys a free piano education, and that's not going to get done in one lesson, okay? All right. Just setting up here. Okay. Before we officially start, just want to make sure if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe. And if you want to catch whenever I go live, hit that notification bell. Also, this weekend, we're doing something different, doing a little live stream, piano request live stream. So be sure to check that out if you want to hear your favorites. If you want us to play it, this is your chance to make a request. You can also just leave it in the comments as well, and we'll make sure to play it this weekend, okay? All right, this is Careless Whisper. Let me take a seat. Gosh, the internet's so laggy these days. Let me give you some things about this piece. It is we're in D minor, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 pages long. Once again, I said it's for easy piano. Not completely easy. You're gonna have to play some chords and sevenths. Okay. So and then if that's something you're not used to, then I think I would just stick with it. Just practice and take on the extra challenge, okay? All right, so this is Careless Whisper. Let me show you how to practice this from the beginning. Okay, so we're just gonna work on that first introduction, and that was about 5 measures from the introduction all the way to where the song starts at. I feel, okay? And I have to give you words because the thing that irks me is, they don't give any measure numbers. It really bothers me when they do that. So please, if you're a publisher, make sure you put measure numbers in all of your music. It just drives me crazy, okay? So that's the first principle of practicing. We can call it small chunking. Pick the first smallest chunk. And I'm just skipping the repeat because it's a repeat. And you can save time that way, okay? So beginning, let's just go through these chords first in the left hand. D minor, G major 7th, A minor 7th, B major 7th, E major chords, A minor 7th, back to D minor. So that's what I was saying when it's not completely easy. You have to do a little bit if you want to analyze it a little bit properly, a little harmonic analysis. But that's about, I'm just gonna focus on the notes so you don't really have to worry too much about that, okay? All right, let me show the chords again. Left hand. Okay, so that's a really good way to practice. You don't necessarily have to do it in time, like counting it in the left hand. Whenever I do that, I just kind of go through the chords. Just one after the next. I think that's a really good way to practice, okay? All right, let me scoot this to the right. All right, one day I will have the perfect setup, okay? All right, so try these progression changes with me, okay? All right, left hand ready, go. When you go back to both hands, you're gonna play all those chords with the proper rhythm anyway. Now the right hand. Okay. We're gonna simply try that together. Ready, go. both hands. Okay, ready, go. So that's just the most basic way to practice. You can kind of take this idea, this approach, and pretty much do it at any level. Okay, works all the way through advanced. Now we're gonna keep going. Challenge is to figure out when you should put an entire section together. Because I'm gonna give you a few more chunks, and then again the challenge becomes like when do you put an entire section together? Because sometimes it might be 2 chunks, sometimes it might be 3, 4, 5. It really doesn't follow like a complete even number or a number or an odd number. You just have to listen to it and find out. Okay, here's the next part. Sorry. Okay, so I'll give you next 4 measures, just the right hand. Together, ready, go. Okay, onto the left hand, I'll give you all the chords, all the notes. It's a little bit more active here. But this is why a little bit of analysis is good, and if you get the sheet music arrangement, they'll just tell you what the harmony is above each measure number. So it's just, see from the beginning, it's the same progression, see? So D minor, G minor, A minor, B major 7, A minor, D minor. Okay? Alright, let's try it together. Ready, go. Good. Back to both hands. Ready, go. Alright, moving on. Right hand, and I am going to, after this part is done, we're gonna go back to the beginning and put it all together, because I feel like this is a good place to connect it into all a bigger section. Okay, so calls to mind. Here's the right hand. No, wrong place. As the music dies, you gotta make sure to count that rest too. So when I say ready, go, go. Like, ready, go. So we're not gonna play it right on the beat. Listen the first time. Alright, so a lot of offbeats here is why you always want to be practicing with the metronome. Okay, so I'm gonna count ready, go as the music dies. Okay, let's try it together. Right hand, ready, go. Left hand, we're going to skip this because if you hear it, it's the same progression, okay, and basically the same pattern. So I'm just gonna give you both hands. Whenever possible, if you look for parts where it's just pretty repetitive, you want to skip that. saves you time. Because what's the point? Okay, there's the left hand, or list both hands. All right. Okay, let's try that together as the music dies. Ready, go. Alright, so we're gonna go back all the way to the beginning now and put it all together. And that's pretty much the last step of this. And you just repeat these steps for the entire song. I'm gonna skip the intro again, the repetition, okay? So you play it twice, so it might be a little bit odd if you're really familiar with the song. So that's all there is to it, and we're just gonna repeat this for the entire song, alright? So I'm actually not gonna go back and give you hands separate. Practice that on your own if you want, just because left hand harmony is so repetitive, okay? And then you're just basically gonna have to focus more on the right hand, the melody anyway. So try it together with me, both hands, if you can. If not, you can pause and practice hands separate before we do it together. Here we go from the beginning, without the repeat. Ready, go. Alright, we're gonna keep going. Alright, next section. You're gonna take it from the pickup if you want. Goodbye. Alright, I might as well take it there. Okay, so a lot of different rhythms there. It's kind of fun to practice. Okay, watch the repeated notes. Whenever you have repeated notes, keep the wrist loose. That's a frequent issue. When you can't do repeated notes, usually people are just only focusing on the finger. You have to bounce your wrist a little bit, alright? Not too much, but a little bit, right? Another note here, I'm taking this with a 1-3. Sometimes you use a 1-4 or 1-5. Like, I just don't really focus on doing the same finger numbers each time, just because that's how I roll. Alright? But, you know, if you're practicing and 3 doesn't work for you, that might be too much of a stretch because hands come in all shapes and sizes, alright? And we all have different body types. So do whatever works for you. And if you can, make a note there. Okay? So if you find one finger number that really works for you, you gotta write notes. It's super effective. Okay? Alright. So goodbye to I should. I should have known. Okay? That part. Okay? This is page 2. Ready? Go. Alright, left hand, once again, we skip. Same exact rhythm. Not rhythm, I mean the rhythm is a little bit different there, but their harmonic progressions are pretty much the same. So we just skip that, go back to both hands. Whisper, goodbye. Ready, go. Alright, moving on. Finishing off the next part is chorus. I should have known. I'll just start on should have known. Alright. That's it. Okay. So where is that? Should have known. Here's just the right hand. Again, left hand we don't necessarily have to practice it, so we're not going to. That's up to you. Alright. Pause, practice the left hand if you want. Sorry. Okay, try it together. Should have known. Ready, go. Back to both hands. Try it together. Ready, go. Okay, now before we put this together, here's the next little interlude that is a repeat, takes you back to the beginning. This is the first ending, alright? There are two endings to this because the first time around you're going to repeat it back to the beginning if you so choose to, okay? Listen to the tutorial if you want to hear the complete form, like properly, okay? But we're going to keep going from here. I'll give you the interlude and then we're going to go back and put the entire chorus together plus this interlude I'm about to show you right now. Repeat verse, okay? So here are just the chords. We don't really need to practice all the notes. Just simply it's this. Okay, try it together with me. D minor, G major, 7th, A minor, 7th, D major, 7th, A minor, 7th. And then back to the beginning. Alright, now I'm going to go back to this entire chorus from goodbye and show you how it goes. Let's just, I'll just play both hands here, okay? I might have changed some of those notes on mistake because I kind of flipped the page a little bit too far. But we'll get it right this time. Goodbye. Try it with me from goodbye. Ready, go. Sorry. There we go. My bad, kind of over anticipating these page turns. Okay, so that's the basic gist, alright, of this whole idea. We're just going to apply this for the rest of the song. Alright, from the way I dance with you, now this is a second ending, okay? So first time you take the first ending, goes back to the beginning, and then when you repeat it, you skip the first ending and go to the second ending. It's clearly marked, you see like a 1 in a period, and then a 2 in a period, okay? Alright. Way I Dance With You. So we here. Can you recognize this? It's the intro again. To Tonight. So actually, the only new part is Way I Dance With You. That's just one to measure. So we'll practice that really quick. This intro again. All right. Way I Dance With You. Ready, go. Oops. Let me do it again. Ready, go. Alright, now to Tonight, and same melody, same harmony, slight differences in the melody, so we're gonna just focus more on the right hand here, okay? Alright, where are we? Tonight. Okay, this is the third page, bottom of the third page. He does kind of mix it up there. Here's just the right hand from Tonight. Ready? All right, let me just play for you once. So he's really grooving there. Okay. Tonight. Here's the right hand. Ready? Go. Now we'll go back to both hands. Tonight. Okay, try that together. Tonight. Ready? Go. To the next part, we could have. I'll just start from could have. Oh, that's nice. I'm never gonna dance again. The chorus comes back. Here it's just could have. This is cool. Expecting something like but. So but now it goes way up here. It's really nice. Alright, could have, let's try it together. Ready, go. Both hands. Alright, together we could have ready, go. So before we wrap up this lesson, because we got like one more page to go, I want to ask you guys quickly, if you've been enjoying this lesson, if it's helping you, if you think you're learning something from this, hit that like button. And also after this live stream is over, make sure you share this video with someone who is a fan of this music and would like to play it on piano as well. Alright, now we're going to go back to Anytime, Chalky. I'm happy to help you out. Alright, where should we go back? Alright, I need to think about this for a second. Where did we stop? Okay, I'm never gonna. So that's clearly the chorus comes back. All right, we started from where in the world? I'm getting a little lost here. Okay, could have. So we go back to Tonight. There we go. This is the bottom of the third page, by the way. back. All right. So we'll just try from. Let me give you the right hand tonight. Too much about mistakes. All right, back to both hands. Oh, we gotta try it together. Sorry about that. Tonight. Here's the right hand. Ready? Go. All right, back to both hands. Tonight. Ready? Go. Alright, we're gonna keep it going. I want to see if there's anything different here, because clearly the chorus is coming back. So I'll say this last part, you don't really have to practice as much. You just have to be kind of aware of it, alright? Practice is necessary, but very minimum amount of practice because it's very similar, repetitive for the beginning parts. And this is also why you need to be doing it in small sections, because if you just do the whole song, you're going to be wasting a lot of time because you're going to be playing, you know, these same sections that come over and over again, because it's the same thing with pop music. It's just repeated sections over and over again. So this is why you want to chunk it up. By the way, same thing with classical music as well. From time to time, there are like direct repeats. So again, doing it this way will save you a lot of time. All right. So before I end today's lesson, thank you, Chucky, for thank you as usual. Keep wanting to say Chucky. Anyway, I'll give you a short recap from the beginning. All right. So it's Careless Whisper, 5-page arrangement, but not all 5 pages are different. So it's a lot of repetition. So it might be something more like 3.5 pages to 4 pages or something like that. Which is why you want to do small sections at a time. All right. This is in D minor. This is for easy piano. Not exactly super easy because there's some jumps here, some stretches, some intervals you can play with the chords in the left hand. You don't really have to practice the left hand too much because it's the same harmonic progression over and over again. So you focus more on doing right hand practice and then hands together practice. That's when you get the left hand down, because it has to be solid first before you're actually able to attempt that, of course, right? Because if not, you're going to be thinking about the left hand the whole time. And you want it to be completely automatic. Because if it's automatic, when you do both, if it's not automatic and you're still thinking about it, when you do both hands together, it's going to trip you up, okay? Alright, so again, continuing on with the recap. Chunking, small parts at a time. I give you the first 4 measures. We did hand separate practice, hands together practice, okay? We did the next 4 measures, hands together, or hands separate, hands together. It's the same thing, wash, rinse, repeat. And then when you feel like it's a long enough section, you put it all together, doing the same thing, hands separate, hands together, okay? And that is basically it for the whole, you know, learning how to play method. Make sure you do this with every song, every piece that you practice. It just doesn't change. And if you're not able to, or if you don't have to do these small chunks at a time anymore, and you're doing the whole song and it's easy, that means the music is too easy for you. Do something a little bit challenging, okay? It's like straight fire. That's right, Chalky. Thanks so much. All right. Okay, well, hope you guys are doing okay and staying safe, staying indoors. You know, this whole quarantine thing, whatever. All right, just make good use of your time. I'll see you for the next live stream, which will be this weekend. Remember, this weekend, another live stream. New live stream, piano request live stream. So if you have some songs you want to request, make sure you hit me up in the comments section. We will play it for you this weekend, okay? All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, okay? Or else I'll find you. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Happy practicing.